Hi, I'm Banshee, and you're watching GRIMM TV.
Really, really nice to meet you today. Thank you for taking the time to have a bit of a chat with us.
Thank you. This is so cool.
This is your first time in Europe now, like touring in Europe.
Yeah.
Today in Helsinki is your very first show as well of the tour. How do you feel? How are you doing?
It's surreal. It's surreal. I mean, especially because I've always wanted to come to Finland in particular my whole life. And all my favorite bands are from here. So to just be here is very surreal. And I don't know, it's so cool. Europe loves metal and like weird music like mine. So it feels nice to be in a place where I'm appreciated.
Well, you say that it feels nice to be in a place that you're appreciated. Do you feel like it's like totally different than where you usually are?
I mean, the US, the US shows are awesome and the fans there are awesome. It's just so cool being in a place where like people are wearing like patches of my favorite bands and stuff that I just don't see in the US, and like I could talk about my favorite music here.
And like, how does it feel for like I just said, it's the first time that you're playing in Europe or you're touring Europe. How does it feel for you, or what are your feelings about like possibly or potentially introducing people for the very first time to Banshee live?
It's super cool. I feel like it's just gonna be something a little bit different. I'm really excited to see the reactions. Especially because like places like Finland, Germany, like these countries that love like metal, but also pop and weird stuff. It's just cool to kind of, I'm excited.
You've been, well, I believe since almost the very beginning, you've been describing your music as fairy metal. What does that kind of term, or like kind of new genre almost, allow you to do that doesn't really exist in like existing genres?
A lot of it is like I love the melodic stuff. I love the bells and the pretty like almost feminine sounding instruments and the fairy sounding instruments, like incorporating that into it, and just making it like a little bit more girly and fantastical than the typical metal stuff, and just bringing like just a feminine side to it. And I think like a lot of like the instruments, like I love harps and bells and the Finnish kantele, and like bringing that into my music kind of, it feels like it gives it more of an ethereal, like fairy vibe that I love.
Well, quite often your music has like a bit of a, like I said, like ethereal vibe and has its soft moments. It also very much has its kind of harsh and kind of angry moments. And a lot of it kind of openly confronts a lot of things that are going wrong in society nowadays, mostly towards women. And you often describe it in like very direct language. Do you kind of ever at all feel the pressure to kind of soften that message a little bit, or is that exactly what you're kind of pushing against?
Honestly, I feel like I am who I am, and this is my message, and this is what I do, and I feel like the things I sing about, women have been dealing with for centuries. It's not just now; it's just like it's throughout history. So it almost feels like cathartic for me, and like almost like, I don't know. I never want to tone it down.
And probably very cathartic for a lot of your fans and listeners. So.
Yeah.
Is there a line that you wouldn't kind of that you won't cross kind of like emotionally or thematically, or is basically anything fair game for you?
It's really interesting. I think I've gotten more comfortable being more vulnerable emotionally. I think at the beginning it was really hard to talk about like how certain things like actually affected me, and it was more just the anger and the this is so fucked up, but and I was kind of like afraid to get more into the emotional side of it. But like as the years have gone on, and especially just the fans being so receptive and relating to it has made me feel more comfortable and like putting more emotion into it and kind of just the broader, yeah.
You seem to have like a quite strong kind of mythological kind of themes going on. Like your last album had basically Venus in the title, and then you're calling yourself Banshee. Talk about sirens. What kind of draws you to these kind of like creatures or like persona or like characters?
I've always just like longed for another world, I think, and but I also see just like the magic in every day. So I love fantasy. I love different mythologies, Norse mythology. I mean, Finnish mythology. I've been getting into while I'm here, and it's so interesting. Greek mythology and folklore. And I think it you can relate because it's very fantastical, but it also has a basis in reality. So like when you go into the forest, it's like Tapio, the god of the forest, Ati, the god of the sea. It's like you can feel that, and you can almost feel like where those things came from. And I feel like there's like a very human aspect to it, and I just connect with it a lot. I've never known why, just my whole life. And I've always loved mermaids and fairies and stuff like that. I've never felt like I'm 100% human, so I think I can relate to mythical creatures more than humans. So
I guess you could very much say that like kind of using these creatures in your work is sort of like basically an extension of yourself.
Yeah.
You like, I believe you kind of shape your music and your art like mostly yourself. When you create songs, does it kind of start more from like a kind of sound design and atmosphere, or is it rather like specific emotion or like theme or topic that you start from?
That's a good question. A little bit of both, because I love both sides so much. I'll do both kind of separately. I'll be like writing lyrics, and then I'll be producing like just music and sounds, and then it'll kind of like come together in my head. I'm like, these lyrics really fit this like this beat I made, and it'll kind of just like they'll just get married and stuff like that. But I just have like tons of projects on my computer and then tons of notes with lyrics, and yeah, it's just chaos, and sometimes it comes together.
Yeah, it's always interesting when I talk with someone that like basically does everything themselves to kind of hear from like where they basically start from, because with most artists and most musicians it starts from a lot of chaos, so where does it actually come together? Your music also feels like very like cinematic and like kind of a bit like theatrical and stuff. While you're writing your music, do you kind of visualize like scenes or images?
Totally. Yeah, like I think I probably have some form of like synesthesia or something, because when I'm making music, I'm constantly imagining. I'm like, oh, this sounds like this landscape in particular, like, or if I want something to sound really icy or something like that, or like the ocean or the forest, like I kind of think like, where do I want this to exist?
Yeah, that was very interesting to hear, because not too long ago I talked with another musician, and I was like, I always start from visual and then I create a song. Like,
that's so cool.
It's really cool to see these
it's like,
very different perspectives.
Yeah, they're kind of like married for me, but I'm not as much of a visual person. The sound comes first.
Well, you've built a very dedicated fan base at home, but clearly over here as well, because there's already a bunch of people standing at the stage waiting for you. What do you feel like your fans like connect to the most? Do you feel like it's just your overall sound, or would it be rather like your message, or?
I've talking to fans, I found it's a mix. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who relate to the message, and there's also a lot of people who just love metal or love like weird music or weird pop or screaming and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's like a nice mix.
Yeah.
It's like it's like everyone reminds me of myself in some way.
And has there ever been like any fans that kind of shared stories with you that kind of changed somewhat how you see your own music?
Definitely. Every time someone tells me they relate to a song, I don't know, it almost like I get this like full body feeling. It's really hard to describe, but it's like almost like we're like in it together. And a lot of fans who found, because a lot of my earlier music was like the more angry sort of talking about, and like when I meet someone who's like who came from that, and it's almost like we've grown together, and it's like a surreal feeling.
Yeah, it's always like when talking with musicians that have like a strong message in their song, that it's always interesting to hear about that like connection that they have with their like really dedicated fans and such. Now, like we were talking in the beginning, like it's your first tour in Europe. How do you feel that live Banshee differs from studio Banshee?
Oh my god, I feel like live Banshee, I can put more of like myself and my personality into the performance, because like my music is very like I sound like how I sound very like, but then live like people get a sense for like who I am. I'm actually a very like happy bubbly person, and that doesn't come across in my music at all. So I feel like on stage you kind of get that more like just juxtaposition, and I'm just like, because I can't hide my personality. Like my music is sort of like a mask. And then it's like, this is who I really am. I'm really just like, yeah.
Well, looking forward to experience more of that. Do you approach your shows kind of like just as like a show, like a concert, or does it feel to you a little bit like a ritual you're doing?
Oh, it honestly, it feels like we're singing these songs together. Like it's very much like a group experience. Like I don't feel like I'm performing. I feel like I'm coming, like, how do I say this? Like we're coming to like scream these lyrics together. Like everyone comes together, like scream in a room together, and it's very cathartic. I feel just like very like, I don't know. Everyone's voice in the room is just as important as mine. And I make sure to, give everyone the mic and stuff and let them scream the lyrics too. And yeah, it feels really good.
Yeah. And my wife showed some clips and images of like shows you've done, and it looks like a very, I guess you could say, communal experience that like everyone is involved in some sense.
Yeah, it's like sometimes they know my lyrics better than I do, so I'm like, thank you for inviting me to your concert.
Yeah, it's definitely very different from like a regular concert, like from what I've seen.
Thank
so
you.
I'm really looking forward to actually experience it now. Now, if someone would hear you for the first time, either on record or live, what would you hope would be like the one feeling that stays with them after like hearing you, either experiencing live or like hearing you on records?
I hope they feel powerful and like they can do anything. Like I want my music to just feel very just empowering. Like it doesn't matter who you are, man or woman, doesn't matter. Like just feel like you can do anything. Like you have the capability to make your dreams come true, or change the world for the better, or whatever you want. Or work out on the elliptical for an hour, or something like that. Yeah, just make them feel empowered, however that means to them.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let you be and let you take a breath still before you need to go on. Is there anything at all that you would like to say still to whoever ends up seeing this interview?
my God. Well, thank you for listening to my music and for supporting me, because it's surreal to be here. Especially fans in Europe and fans in Finland, where I'm here right now. Yeah, it's just surreal. Thank you. Thank you for all the support, and I love you. And yeah, I have no words, honestly. It's amazing. I'm just so grateful.
Yeah. Right. Well, that was a great way to end. Have lots of fun at your shows and
Thank
your whole
you.
tour, and lots of, hopefully it's one of the greatest tours you've ever had.
Thank you. Kiitos.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to see you. Thanks again for the talk.
Well, thank you. It was great to meet you.
Yeah, same.